Congratulations and welcome to the Saxophone Mastery class with Neibo Austine. All right. Of all the many people that came across this, you made the bold step to click on the link and now you are here. I want to sincerely congratulate you from depth of my heart because I know the value of what you're about to get. All right. So let's move quickly. Who is Neibo Austine? All right, this is me. This is who I am. All right, that's my name there. I have over a decade of experience playing the saxophone. I have trained over 100 students that are doing really well, that are doing music presently and are doing it excellently. All right, you may have even listened to some of them. All right, so I've also performed at events, churches, bands, and recorded on albums of renowned music artists. Currently, I am writing the saxophone mastery book, which of course I'm almost done writing. All right. So I want to sincerely tell you that I know where you are, I've been where you are, and I know exactly what it takes to move from zero to playing the saxophone confidently. All right. So, yeah, that's a picture of me over a decade ago, exactly 12 years ago, when I picked up the saxophone in 2014, right, when I started learning the saxophone. I struggled, right? And second, fast forward to the picture you're seeing in the middle there, that's me when I started playing. That's one of the pictures of me playing at premium events, all right? That's one of the pictures of me playing at premium events. This is one of the countless events I have played at. And of course, the third picture is a picture of me in a music studio in a recording session, right? Recording and creating music with different artists. And of course, some of these projects are my personal projects that I am working on. All right. So, fast forward to the things that you will learn on this webinar. Let's not waste time. Let's go straight to the point. All right. So, one of the things you're going to learn is you're going to learn the number one reason most saxophone beginners never improve. You might be curious to know, of course, you may be in this shoe, you have the saxophone for years, for months, you've been trying to learn how to play the saxophone. You know that you've not improved, you know you are not improving, you know you are struggling, right? So you're going to learn the reason why you are stuck and you're not improving, right? The second thing you're going to learn is you're going to learn why practicing more is actually making you worse and what to do instead. All right. I'll show you a strategy on how you're going to practice more and get the results for your time of practice. All right. You're also going to learn how to develop a proper tone from day one. You will learn how to play the saxophone, but if you don't have a good tone, of course, every other thing you learn will be in futility. So it's very important you learn how to improve on your tone properly. Of course, I'll show you strategies on how to do that. All right. You're also going to learn how to master all the 12 keys. I'll show you a strategy on how to master all the 12 keys in music. And especially, of course, our focus is on the saxophone. All right, so that you have the confidence when you're hearing a song and you're supposed to play with a band. Of course, you can confidently pick up your saxophone and play confidently. All right, you're going to learn how to go from beginner to playing with any band in 30 days. All right, you're going to learn how to do that in 30 days, and a special opportunity is available. This is important. A special opportunity is available only to the people watching this today. All right. So the ones who live in the next 5 minutes are the same ones who are still stuck with the sax collecting their dust in 6 months. All right. So strongly encourage you to stay to the end. All right. Stay to the end because the best part is coming last. I promise you. All right. So results from my students. These are results from my students. This is Michael Akele Sachs. All right. He wrote to me, learning under you completely changed my sound. I went from struggling with basic notes to playing confidently and performing in front of people. Your step by step approach made everything easy to understand, and you also pushed me to improve. One thing with me is you must improve, right? If I teach you the saxophone, except you are very lazy and like Adesica, right? Except you don't want to learn, you must improve. Said, today I am proud of how far I have come because of your guidance, right? I have a proven track record right? So from playing this, from struggling to playing in events, after my guidance, now he can play with so much confidence, right? And this one, before your lessons, right? From another of my students, he said, before your lessons, I had passion but no direction. You gave me a structure, discipline, and real skill. You broke things down simply and improved, and I improved faster than I expected. Now I can play with confidence and expression. And it all started with your teaching. All right. And one of my students again, right? He said, well, boss, of course, I asked him how he has been on the saxophone after I thought to check up on him. He said, well, boss, it's been an interesting journey so far with my sax. I am actively practicing for a gig I have with my band this weekend. Interesting. Interesting. All right. He said, I did not just teach him the sax. He said, I helped him believe in his playing. Now he's getting real opportunities, and of course, he knows he's ready for them. All right. You know, so fast forward to this story time. Now let's listen to what one of my students has to say. Someone who started with zero experience, just like you might be right now. All right.
Yeah, good evening, Sir Austine. I want to use this medium to appreciate you for the mentorship. The 1 month mentorship was a great experience. I will not lie to you, from the onset, I was kind of skeptical and kind of scared that it's going to be a scam. But if you don't, they say in life, if whatever you want, try to lose it. If it's actually yours to come back. That's why I actually subscribed for the 1 month mentorship class. And even before we started, I was telling one of my colleagues that it's possible he's one of those people that will not show up or they will not add value. But thank you for disappointing me and not making my fear come true. My experience was great. I've been learning this house for more than a year, and this 1 month journey with you has been great, eye-opening and inspiring. I love the fact that you are an inspiration to me personally, and I've learned a lot, and I'm hoping that before the end of this year, I'm going to mount on a stage and play as a saxophonist that I want to be. Thank you very much, Mr. Austin. Thank you for what you've done. My expectations, I was scared before now, but I was scared that it's going to be a scam. But thank you for disappointing my expectation. And thank you for standing out for the fact that some people are still real online. I met you online, and you still prove the fact that there are still good people out there. Thank you for opening my eyes. Thank you for the learning. I still have them here with me, the materials and the videos you've always done for us. Hopefully, I'm going to catch up and see you at the top. Thank you very much.
So let's listen to Christopher's experience. Let's hear what he has to say on his saxophone journey.
Hello, good day. My name is Obert Christopher. I want to use this medium and platform to sincerely appreciate Austine Neibo, a very good saxophonist. I picked a 30 days saxophone masterclass with him, and the class is solved major issues I was having on the saxophone. And I want to use this platform, to extend my heartfelt gratitude. Thank you very much. God bless you. Remain ever blessed.
So Adeni's journey, this, of course, this is the last one, the last testimony I'm going to see for the sake of time, for the want of time, right? Really shows that it really shows us what's possible when you follow the structures I will give you properly. All right.
Good evening. My name is Adeni, and and I will say I'm an intending saxophonist. I quickly just want to give a shout out to Mr. Austine, and the reason why I'm actually giving this shout out is that for a while I picked up the saxophone myself, and I mean I'm actually self-taught, but I was scrolling through the social media, so I saw one of his classes which I actually joined, and I find out that it was just 1 month, 1 month lecture rather, and it's a bit impact. And what I mean a bit impact is there's a lot of, to start as a saxophonist when you're starting, there's a lot of the basic things you need to actually acquire, the basic things you need to know, which that I didn't do because it was self-taught. But and I know that I've been struggling a bit. So, but when I went through his classes up through 1 month, and I could tell you that it's a bit impactful. I could tell you that there are a lot of things I actually didn't know. That there are basic rules that actually he told us to follow, and which we've actually been following those rules, and I feel that I've actually improved. And I just want to use this opportunity to say thank you, Mr. Austin. Thank you for the.
So be honest. Be honest with yourself. Does any of these things sound like you? All right. You bought a saxophone full of excitement. Of course, getting a saxophone, man, I love the sound of the saxophone. You are super excited. You got a saxophone out of excitement, but you don't know where to start. All right. You've gotten your saxophone. Now it's lying low. You don't know where to start from playing the saxophone. Very complex structure of a musical instrument. You don't know where to start, right? You've watched YouTube tutorials, and it has, of course, it keeps confusing you more and more. You've practiced but sounded the same for several weeks later. Your saxophone is now just there collecting dust, right? Your saxophone is just there collecting dust. You still dream of playing confidently, but you don't know how. Does any of these things sound like you? All right. If you nodded to any of this, you're in the right place. I promise you. If you nodded to any of this, you're in the right place. And none of this, of course, is not your fault. It's not your fault. All right. The real reason you can't play has nothing to do with talent. All right. The real reason why you can't play the saxophone, I put it to you, that it has nothing to do with talent. All right. It's not that you are not musical enough. It's not that the saxophone is too hard. The saxophone is not a difficult instrument, right? It's not that you don't practice enough. You've done your best. You practice as much as you can, but yet you're not improving. It's not because of that. The real problem is you've been learning the wrong way from the wrong sources. All right. And every day you continue to learn this wrong way, the harder it's going to get for you to unlearn some of these wrong things that you've learned. All right. A saxophone without the right structure is just an expensive piece of metal. All right. It's just an expensive piece of metal. All right. So, what every beginner actually needs, all right? A beginner on the saxophone needs these five things. Beginner needs a proven step-by-step curriculum to guide them learning the saxophone from scratch, all right? Beginner saxophonists need daily practice routine that builds real skill. A beginner saxophonist needs a learning system that keeps them on track rather. I beg your pardon. A beginner saxophonist actually a saxophonist rather actually needs a learning system that keeps them on the right track. And of course, a beginner saxophone needs accountability to stay consistent. You need somebody that you're accountable to keep you consistent. Somebody that you report to, somebody that tells you what to do. All right. And then, of course, a beginner saxophonist needs a community of fellow learners for support. All right. A place where you can easily call in, a place where you can easily drop a message if something is confusing you, if you're finding something difficult. All right. Okay. The foundation of a great saxophonist. Enough of the talks. All right. What is the foundation of every great saxophonist? The foundation of every great saxophonist is tone. All right, the foundation of every great saxophonist is tone. Tone is everything. It is your musical voice. I play the saxophone, you hear me. Another person plays the saxophone, you hear the person. What is the difference? The difference is the tone. The difference is how I sound. The difference is how I express compared to how the other person expresses. You understand? Most beginners keep tone development and build bad habits. Imagine playing the saxophone and you have a bad tone. It's disgusting. Nobody would want to hear you play. If you have a good tone, of course, people will long to hear you play if you have a good tone. All right. To build a good tone, there are three-step processes. All right. Number one, proper embouchure. What is proper embouchure? Embouchure primarily means, like you may know or may not know, embouchure means the mouth position, the position of your mouth on your mouthpiece on the saxophone. All right. And of course, step two, controlled breathing technique. You need to have a good breathing technique. If you have a bad breathing technique, it's going to be difficult for you to have a good tone on the saxophone. All right. And of course, step three, daily long tone exercises. And of course, like I always recommend, at least 10 minutes a day is okay for a long tone exercise. You understand? I don't mean 10 minutes practice a day. Of course, even while that is good, I mean for a good proper tone development, you should at least practice 10 minutes, practice long tone exercises for 10 minutes a day. You know, of course, master your tone first, and everything else becomes easier for you. All right? Master your tone first, and everything else becomes easier for you. Why most beginners never master all 12 keys? Like I stated earlier, I told you I was going to teach you these things and how you can master all the 12 keys on the saxophone, right? So the problem is most beginners just learn two to three keys and they stop there. They just learn two to three keys that they are comfortable on, that are comfortable and even may not be comfortable on, and they just stuck with those two to three keys. Some even learn just one key and they are stuck there. They get to events, they can't play more than those two or three keys, right? They sing on a different song that they're not comfortable on and they are stuck. They just drop their musical instrument, they are not playing, or they keep playing the wrong notes in the musical setting, right? The reason is nobody has showed them the right order to practice the 12 keys, and which is what I'm going to show you right now. The correct progression, you can start playing or learning all the keys on your saxophone. Of course, don't do everything at a time. Take it one step at a time, right? Start with the C major, the key of C on your saxophone, right? You move to G, from G, you move to D, from D to A, from the key of A to E, and like that, like that, like that. And before you know it, you can find your way around the 12 keys on the saxophone. I promise you that if you follow this order, you will master all the 12 keys faster than you ever imagined. All right? The fastest way to master saxophone has nothing to do with the saxophone. All right? The fastest way to master the saxophone has nothing to do with the saxophone. It's about having a step-by-step guide that helps you avoid mistakes and stay on the right tracks. If you avoid mistakes, right, you're going to have a shorter time compared to somebody that keeps doing the same thing, hitting the wall back and forth, right? So just have the right steps and you will be able to do these things that I'm teaching you. All right. What you've learned so far. All right. So far you've learned these things. The number one reason most beginners never improve. You must have learned that by now. Why practicing more is actually making worse, and what to do instead. You must have learned that. I believe you have learned that. And how to develop a proper tone from day one. Like we mentioned, the long tone exercise, and how to start mastering all 12 keys without confusion, right? Which is in the previous slide I've just shown you. All right. Before we go on, I just have two simple questions for you, and I need you to, in all sincerity, be sincere to yourself, not to me, but to yourself, right? And I want you to answer them honestly, right? Which would you prefer? Take a second and answer these two questions honestly in your mind, just in your mind. You don't have to say it out. You can just write it somewhere, right? Number one, go figure it out yourself. Like, which of these two would you prefer? Would you go figure it out yourself? Just take what you've just learned from me, search more videos, try to piece together a structure on your own that you can work with. Or number two, work with someone that has done this before, someone who has walked people through this exact path over and over and show you exactly how to do this in 30 days. Which do you prefer? Are you going to, with all the information you've learned, are you going to go, okay, go search on? Of course, there are several resources, millions of resources on the internet, on YouTube, right? Are you going to gather resources by yourself and piece it together? Or you are going to let someone who has done this, who has a proven record of student that he has trained and seeing results, are you going to let that person hold your hand and walk you through this exact path over and over and show you exactly how to do this in 30 days? Just keep the answer to yourself, right? If you fall into the second group, the people who want real step-by-step guidance that helps you avoid costly mistakes, skip the trial and error, and save yourself months of frustration trying to figure it all out on your own, then this is for you. All right. So I am introducing to you the 30-day saxophone mastery course. All right. The 30-day saxophone mastery course is a well structured step-by-step program for saxophone owners ready to finally play with confidence. All right. The duration, like you already see on your screen, is 30 days. It is self-paced, all right? It is self-paced training, which is you go at your own pace anytime, all right? And of course, the class size is a very limited spots only, all right? I don't want a very crowded class. I want a class that I can manage and I can track everybody's progress, all right? So 30 days from today, you pick up your saxophone with full confidence. You play a complete song without stopping. You walk into any band rehearsal ready. You perform at church, at events with friends. Your saxophone is no longer collecting dust. That's not a dream, it's a reality that a lot of us are living in. That's exactly what the right mentorship delivers to you. You know, so, and this is everything that you're going to learn in the 30-day saxophone mastery course. In week one, we are going to do the foundation. You're going to learn the foundation, tone development, and proper technique. You're going to learn breathing and embouchure mastery, right, which is very important for tone development. You're going to learn your first scales and patterns. You're going to play scales. You're going to play pattern. Very interesting, you know. So, and week two, we are going to be delving into the mastery of your saxophone itself. You're going to master 6 keys. In the second week, right, you're going to practice to learn all the 6 keys, reading and scoring music, building a consistent practice routine. You're going to learn how to build a consistent practice routine. All right, there's no way you're going to master the saxophone without learning to practice. And that's why I'm going to teach you how to build a consistent practice routine. All right. And in week 3, you're going to be advancing further. We're going to be not just 6 keys, we're going to be mastering all the 12 keys on the saxophone, right? We're going to play a full piece of music, right? You're going to learn music theory for saxophonists, right? You're going to learn music theory. And in week 4, right, you're going to learn how to play with a band. You're going to learn performance confidence. It's one thing to learn how to play a musical instrument, and it's another thing to learn how to play with musicians. It's another thing to learn to play in a band, right? So you're going to do a final assessment, right? So these are the whole thing. These are everything you're going to be learning in these 30 days, right? And here's everything included in these 30 days. It's going to be 30 days of structured self-paced training, right? It's going to be there's going to be a full 4-week curriculum ready, when you are, of course, right? Direct access to your mentor throughout the month. You're going to have direct access to me throughout the entire 30 days where you get to have ask your questions, express your concerns. Anywhere you have bottleneck, we trash it. I'll tell you what to do to get out of any challenge when practicing your saxophone. All right, you're going to have access to personalized feedback on your progress. And these are the bonuses that are included. You are going to have daily practice schedule PDF material, which I'm going to give you. I'm going to send it to you directly. You're going to have the beginner saxophone guide, material that I've personally put together from my experiences of teaching people. I'm going to, of course, I've put that together already. It's ready. I'm going to have access to that, right? We're going to have a lifetime accountability WhatsApp group. I'm going to have access to the lifetime accountability WhatsApp group, right? Of course, there are no fixed class time. It is at your own pace, right? So you're not going to be missing your work. You're not going to having to rearrange your weekend, right? Because of the 30-day saxophone class. Because it's going to be at your own pace, of course, with close watch. And I'll be monitoring you and making sure that you are doing what you are expected to do. Right. So what is this 30-day saxophone masterclass actually worth? All right. So of course, my private saxophone lessons per session is 10,000 naira. All right. So calculate that by 4 sessions in a week, right? That's 40,000. And for 4 weeks, which is 30 days, that's 160,000. So the structured curriculum I'm going to expose you to, which I'm going to give you, I'm going to hand over to you, that is priceless. You know, and the accountability community is priceless, and even all the saxophone beginner guide too, it is priceless. So all the bonuses are even priceless. You understand? So the total real world value of this entire 30-day saxophone mastery course I'm handing over to you is just 160,000. You know, so but look at this. You're not paying anywhere close to 160,000 naira. You're not paying anywhere close to that, right? So your investment today is going to be 50,000 naira only for the first. It's going to be 50,000 naira. You can imagine giving you a discount of 110,000 for this space of 30 days free access, lifetime opportunities to an accountability WhatsApp group. I beg your pardon. You know. So, but for the first 10 people to register, the first 10 people on this webinar now that will register are going to pay the sum of 25,000 naira. Everything included, all the costs, the one-on-one access to the mentor where you get feedback, the accountability WhatsApp group, everything, the beginner saxophone guide, the curriculum, everything, all the bonuses are included. These prices, I promise you, it's available today only for 10 persons on this call, right? Like I said, the class is limited, right? So this price of 25,000 naira is only available today only for 10 persons on this call. All right, and act now because the spots are limited. I would encourage you to act now. Like I mentioned earlier, only 10 spots are available for this cohort. Registration closes in 48 hours, and there might never be a next cohort. Right, there might never be a next cohort. So I will encourage you to take advantage of this life-changing opportunity before you today. All right. So this is how to secure your spot right now. All right. To secure your spot, right, you're going to step one, pay the sum of 25,000 naira only to this first bank account. That's my name there, Neibo Augustine Olobo. That's my full government name. Right. And that's the account number, the first bank account number. And after you've sent the money, you move to step two, right? You're going to screenshot your payment receipts or download your payment receipts. Send the payment receipt to the WhatsApp phone number you are seeing on your screen, 070-5382-0032. All right. Screenshot your receipt and send it to the phone number. And of course, your payment will be verified and you will get access to the course immediately, right? You get access to the course immediately, all right? So do it now while you're still on this video, right? Don't let this moment pass you by. I promise you, you get value for seizing this opportunity, all right? I look forward to seeing you on the other end of this webinar, and congratulations, congratulations, congratulations to you.